Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Janet Yong, and in my channel I share about Feng Shui, Bazi, entrepreneurship as well as personal growth, especially in the areas of communication, success and motivation. Hi, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you are a subscriber, welcome back. And thank you for staying tuned for this particular episode where I'll be sharing more about how you can prepare for the year 2026. Now, if you have noticed, I'm actually in a different setting. I'm currently in Shanghai right now in my hotel room, and I've just finished a week of spiritual China excursion, visiting the mountains, getting the wonderful energy as well as all the inspiration I need to basically prepare for the year 2026. Now, if you have been following my videos, you would have actually noticed that 2025 was a year where I basically shared my personal growth journey. Now, you may ask the question, why did I actually took a slower pace in 2025 and shared videos on a monthly basis rather than my weekly or bi-weekly basis previously? Well, for me, as mentioned in my previous video, for the year 2025 is the snake year. And for the snake year, especially for those born with snake and pig within their charts, you will notice that every time snake year comes around, just like a snake shedding its skin, it is a year of transformation. Now, so for me, 2025 was a year where I should be preparing myself, going through the various different learnings. First, I went for my makeup course, then I went for also robotic process automation course. Currently, I'm still in a yoga therapy course, and also one of the reasons why I chose to come to China, go to Wudaisan to basically experience the kind of growth that I'm supposed to be preparing myself for, especially for the upcoming 2026. Now, if you wonder why 2026 is such a critical year, especially from a personal ignition and alignment perspective, it is basically because the year 2026 is that of the young fire horse year. Now, as you know, young fire is that of the image of a sun. So it basically brings about warmth, ignition, on a positive basis, inspiration towards everyone. However, if young fire goes to the other extreme, it can also bring impulsiveness, arguments, as well as conflicts, as what we are seeing in the world currently. Now, then if we were to look at actually the animal branch of horse, the animal branch of horse is the peak summer animal within the 4 seasons of animal. Now, if you are new to Bazi and wondering what I'm talking about, basically the 12 animal horoscopes, every 3 of them represents different seasons. So if we were to start off with that of the tiger, which is actually the spring month, every year we start off in spring. Tiger is the first month. It's not January, which is the month of the ox, but for the Chinese calendar, the tiger month, which is the spring month, starts off the year. So we have tiger, rabbit and dragon representing spring. We have got snake, horse, goat representing summer. We have got the monkey, the rooster and dog representing autumn. And we have the pig, the rat and the ox representing winter. The middle animal of every season represents the peak of that particular season. So for the horse, it is in the middle of the 3 animals of the snake, the horse, as well as the goat. So it's the peak season animal for summer. So for 2026, not only do we have young fire sun, we also have the peak animal, as in P-E-A-K, peak animal, in terms of the horse in the summer season as well. So as you can see, it is full of fire. And if you remember what is period 9, period 9 is the fire element itself. So therefore, we are at the peak of the peak. And what does it represent for us individually? Basically, as all of you know, period 9 from a Feng Shui perspective already started in 2024. Now, the year 2026 being the peak summer fire element is then the most crucial time for a human ignition in terms of alignment perspective as we move on towards period 9 in order for us to be happy, successful, healthy, and performing at our peak and maximizing our potential for the coming 20 years. Now, if that's the case, what do we need to do? How do we prepare for it? And that's what this particular two-part series that I'll be sharing with you, preparing for the year 2026, is all about. So I will basically hold off till I get back to Singapore and I'll share with you what my thoughts are and how you should prepare for 2026. I'll see you back in Singapore. Hi, I'm back in Singapore and thank you for staying tuned for this segment where I'll share a little bit more why it is crucial for us to prepare for 2026 and even 2027. So if you were to look at the hexagrams for the year of 2025, 2026 and 2027, it explains a little bit more besides what I mentioned previously about the 2025 being the snake year, the horse being 2026 and the goat year in 2027. So if we were to look at 2025, that's this year, it's actually the hexagram of reform. Now, what does reform mean? Reform generally means basically part of transformation. And therefore, even though I mentioned that especially for those born with the horoscope signs of snake and pig within their charts, 2025 is a good year for transformation and therefore they need to basically prepare themselves for the growth, do all sorts of learning in order for them to prepare for the following year. 2025 as is actually the reform hexagram that basically means transformation for everybody. So it is still not too late. We are in the month of October right now. You still have October, November and December to generally prepare yourself, see the areas that you need to transform. Ask yourself the questions of what you need to learn in order to move towards where you want to go. And if you are not really sure what to do, please do click on this link where I've shared a lot of videos throughout 2025 about personal growth and transformation. So that's 2025, the reform hexagram. What about 2026, the year of the young fire horse that is coming up in a quarter or 3 months' time? The year 2026 actually has what we call the fellowship hexagram. Now, what does fellowship hexagram mean? Now, if you were to go through ChatGPT, Gemini, and just Google what this hexagram means, it generally means working together as one, working with people that you are comfortable with, or stepping out of your comfort zone to work with others to unite so that we can make a difference in the world. And that's one of the reasons why I've decided to actually introduce a 3-year transformation program, which I'll cover a little bit more in the next part in this 2-part series itself. In the year 2026, with so much fire, the key theme is actually ignite. Ignite what? Ignite your passion, ignite your compassion, ignite the ability to unite and work with others following the fellowship hexagram. And if we will look at it further, 2027, the year of the yin fire goat year, it has the hexagram of approach. Now then again, if you were to search what does approach mean, approach generally means approaching things in the right manner in the right time. Now if you did not transform yourself and prepare in 2025, ignite the purpose that you're supposed to be going towards or your passion towards where you want to go, then it'll be very difficult for you to approach in a manner that is towards your purpose, towards what you want to do in the longer term. So therefore, starting right now, please do examine and reflect on the past 1 to 2 years as to, are you happy with your current state? Ask the questions about what would you do to move towards what you would like to be. Make sure that you transform yourself so that you can ignite in the year 2026 and therefore be able to approach and align in the year 2027. Now, in the coming part, I will share a little bit more about how I'm going to help all of us move towards this 3-year transformation journey so that we can ignite, align, and thrive by the year 2028. Besides looking at the hexagram of the 3 years, let's take a closer look at the Luoshu Center Flying Star for the year 2026 and 2027. You will notice that after 2025, which has the 2 in the middle, you will have number 1 in the center of the Luoshu square for the flying star chart in 2026. Now, what does that mean? 1 generally signifies new beginnings, and this again ties in with the Ignite theme that I talked about for the year. That's why I'm preparing this particular series so that you can prepare yourself in terms of transforming yourself so that you can ignite in 2026. And by 2027, the Luoshu center number is going to be number 9, which actually is coming full circle, period 9, critically starting for both our environment as well as our inner human being. So these 2 years, 2026, 2027, critical for us to ignite and then align itself. So the question comes, how do we as individuals prepare ourselves energetically, since we have already, most of us, aligned our house to period 9 energies? How do we then align ourselves energetically to the period 9 energies itself? Let's take a look at what in the past or history, the year 2026, the young fire horse year, which a lot of them term crimson horse, as well as 2027, the yin fire goat, which many term as the red goat or blood goat years. So these 2 years, if you search into history, you will find that it usually brings a lot about political upheavals, economic disruptions, economic volatility, and many things happening. And as you can see already in 2025, there were many riots, political instability, and this will be even more so in the coming year of 2026. And then you will basically see a lot of shifts permanently by the year 2027. So individually, how would you feel this impact? In terms of impact on an individual basis level, it generally will bring about disruptions in a lot of your plans, causing you a lot of anxiety, and therefore, especially with lots of fire element, causing you a lot of impatience, emotional instability, and outbursts. And that's one of the reasons why you see many people going to the extremes, being really unhappy, or really showing their emotions on the world stage in the riots that we are seeing in different parts of the world. Now, if you were to bring these back home individually, then it will generally mean a lot of disharmony at home, and in the end leading to a lot of your stress as well as health going downhill in the longer term. However, if you were to look carefully at the charts, the young fire horse year and the yin fire goat years, these are the 2 60 pillars that also brings about what we call heaven portal opening. And therefore, if we are able to align correctly, we will generally have lots of personal breakthroughs, bringing about innovation, going through to the next level on our individual self, whether from a career perspective, business perspective, or even if you are already stepping into the next phase of your life, being able to have breakthroughs in health improvement, family harmony. And it's not just about business and work. In period 9, it's really about happiness. It's about living your true self. So in part 2 of this particular series, I will talk about specific strategies on what you can do. So I'll see you in the next episode where I'll share more about how we can align. And within this month, I hope you will find time to ask yourself, to reflect, go through the videos I've shared, and know where you would like to move forward in the next couple of years so that you can be perfectly aligned in period 9 to maximize from these periods' energies itself. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.